Welcome to another episode of Fishing Prof. I'm joining you today from Southeast Alaska, where I was fortunate enough to spend a week aboard this vessel Equinox with our captains Brooks and Cameo and my family. In today's episode, I launch the kayak from our mothership and go out in perfect conditions to target salmon and also trying to hook into some lingcod, rockfish, or whatever else is willing to bite. So I hope you enjoy this episode and get to appreciate not only the fishing, but also the beauty that Southeast Alaska has to offer. I hope you enjoy. Looks like I've got maybe one or two sea lions in front of me. Coming right over to check me out. This could be interesting. I'm also coming to the mouth of this inlet. I can see 4 commercial fishing boats running across in front. They're all heading out to open ocean, which is just a little bit outside of the opening of this inlet. I'm gonna fish kind of a ledge that makes its way from this inlet out towards the ocean. Let's see if we can pull up some salmon off of that. I've been trolling for a little while now. I actually see this one commercial boat has decided to set up shop here. I think they're doing some mooching right there. Most of the boats are running out to open water, which is right there, so it's not far. I think I'm gonna pause paddling for a little bit and do just a bit of mooching. So to start with, I'll drop this all the way to the bottom and then just do a slow retrieve through the water column and repeat. Looks like we're in about 155, 160 feet of water. Oh, that's a fish on. And I guess that we hooked into a rockfish as it got to the bottom there. Yep, pull back. Oh, hey buddy. Well, the good news is we know he's got plenty of energy to head back down. You want to see if there's the fish. Pliers. There he goes. All right, let's re-rig. Do it again. All right, we have a whale right here. Super cool. Probably 40 yards from me. There's a fish on. I'd only put this down 120 feet, even though I think we're in about 150, 160. Look at that guy. My guess is, even though I was moving away, I probably picked up another quillback. Let's see. Yep, that's exactly what it is. There he goes. Alright, I'm going to re-rig. I'll put a fresh bait on. And then this time I think I'll only drop down probably to 100 and start paddling a little further away than from this exact spot. Hopefully keeping it at a shallower depth avoids the rockfish, at least until we've gotten a little bit further away from here. Water. Oh, there's the whale right in front of us. Decided to try moving in a little closer, in part because this whale is working the shoreline, which suggests that there must be bait along it. I'm not going to go in that tight, of course, but I'm just trying to reposition, troll around, see if we connect with something. Gonna mix things up for just a little bit, run this jig through the water column, see if we have any luck with that. I've been out here about 2 hours so far, mostly trolling the herring and doing some mooching with it, occasionally stopping to do a little bit of jigging. There's a lot of life around I've seen. Oh, it got notably shallower here. There must be a major drop-off, because I was just over there at 275 feet and moved all of 50 yards, and this bet isn't more than 60 feet. I'm actually going to paddle out just a little bit further, be just a bit deeper. As I was saying, there's lots of life around here. I've had numerous whales cruising and feeding around me. Been able to watch the eagles catch some fish this morning. It's been pretty cool. I think that got hit on the drop before it even got close to the bottom. But it's still staying vertical, so I don't think it's a salmon. But it's definitely bouncing around a lot more than the other ones, so we'll see. Yeah, just vertical. No shortage of these. They're big guys too here. There he goes. Alright, this is kind of fun, so I'll drop again. Alright, fish on. Oh, another whale off there. I think that's a copper rockfish. he goes. Oh, another whale on my right. There he is. So here we've got a new perspective thanks to my daughter who wanted to come out and watch me fish, and Brooks was kind enough to bring her out in the dinghy. So she's filming while I hooked into a rockfish that then got attacked by probably a lingcod, maybe a halibut.
Maybe get closer.
And then I think something picked it up, and I can't tell if it took me into the rocks or is just sitting down there. Eventually I ended up breaking off the line and then getting back to fishing after I retied, and it didn't take long to hook up once again.
That's got potential.
Catching one more? I'll try.
As I said, today's the day for it. It'd be fun to run around and drop the kayaks in some different spots, you know, in weather like this. Just be out there. I caught a couple kings out of kayaks. Level horizon. You know what I mean? See how it's tilted? I think we want the horizon straight. There you go. That's good. Greenland.
Kelp Greenland. We're getting some variety here.
Gymnast!
Help just a little.
So I just moved out a little bit deeper, not a lot. Dropping back down, fishing this 150 gram glow and pink jig, working it through the column and seeing what we can get. Over the course of the week up here, I had a lot of luck fishing from the kayak. You know, I caught lingcod, halibut, and plenty of rockfish. But I also definitely learned some lessons. I think the number one thing, if I wanted to really succeed with salmon, having the fish finder with would have been really helpful. I left my portable at home since I was just trying to pack a little lighter, and I think that was a mistake. Being able to see them in the water column, potentially position over them in the kayak and do some mooching, I think that would have been really effective and increase my odds. I know Brooks and Cameo are planning to add some pedal fishing kayaks with depth finders and everything to the Equinox in the future. So that'll just be easy and an awesome way to have another way of catching these fish. So definitely lesson learned. But still, lots of fun, and hopefully you've enjoyed this and maybe learned a few things along the way too. All right, fish on. Oh, little flounder. I love that there's so many different species to catch up here. I mean, that's true of a lot of ocean fishing. I just think that makes it so exciting. You never know exactly what you're going to catch. So I think I'm just going to use this jig for a few more minutes. Then I'll rig up the herring and troll back towards Equinox. We're going to be pulling anchor soon and starting to head back towards Sitka, which is where we launched from. It's been an awesome week with Brooks and Cameo on board Equinox. Couldn't ask for better people, better captains. They've put us on great fish. They've taken care of our kids. My parents have loved it. It's just been awesome. Alright, let's start the return trip. Alright, that herring is spinning real nicely. It's great. That's it for this episode of Fishing Prof. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do click like or subscribe down below. I also want to give a special thanks to Brooks and Cameo, who were just amazing captains, made our whole family feel right at home, and showed us a great time up here in Alaska. In upcoming episodes, I'll focus in on some of our fishing from the boats aboard Equinox and Ambition, where we got into king salmon, tons of halibut, big ling cod. So that's what's coming up next. If you click that subscribe button, you'll get informed when those videos are released. Until next time, I hope you're able to get out and get after it as well. Thanks for watching.